Oh my goodness, what is that bed hair? Oh, absolutely not. I didn't realise it was that bad. My goodness. Alright, so welcome back to Haas to Glory here on F124. Now, last time out in Imola, it was the biggest shithouse of a race weekend in the history of racing. I managed to qualify P10 in wet conditions, but only because every other driver couldn't get an extra run in the end because they were all stuck behind each other. A bit like Monza 2020, you know, when they were like queued up behind each other, and then in the race, the pace was okay, it was fine, and then I pulled an undercut out of nowhere and somehow managed to finish second. This means that in a road to glory, I have got 3 second places out of 5 races and then P12 in the other 2, so yeah, it's going pretty well so far. We are actually a championship contender, but today we go to Canada, and let's just get straight into it, shall we? Come on! Oh my goodness, what have I just seen? What have I just come back to? I had to go and get my other glove from when I threw it up the wall in a video from a couple days ago, and I come back and it's pouring down with rain! Oh, why? Oh, bless me, okay. Welcome to qualifying. We're going out for my first run. I haven't actually looked at the lap time for the first time ever, so I have no idea what lap times, you know, my teammate's done, anyone around him, I've not got a clue. Now, one thing that I always remember about wet weather driving is that you can brake later than the line tells you. For example, brake about there, that was still a bit too early, but it isn't, you know, egregious, it is okay. Now, here you have to be so gentle on the throttle, because obviously, you know, slow speed in the wet is always quite tricky. Then we have this fast right. A little bit late on the grass as well. That was pretty mid, but not awful. Sector 1 is coming up, and yeah, so it seems that my poor, awful qualifying form from, you know, my last sort of 6 or 7 videos is continuing today as well, as I'm half a second down on Esteban Ocon through Sector 1. Now I am 1.1 seconds down on Esteban Ocon, and honestly, I don't know why I'm so slow in the wet, and I don't know why the AI are so fast. Pretty much any wet qualifying session at any track with any car, I'll be the slowest on any difficulty. I couldn't tell you why. So across the line we come, it's, you know, obviously it's awful. 1.4 seconds off Ocon, dead last. Like, what do I do? How do I go quicker? Is the secret to, like, not use hot lap ERS? Because then obviously you've got less RPM going through the rear tyres, you can get slightly better exits in the wet maybe. But still, is that really where I'm losing 1.4 seconds? I think the other thing as well that you have to consider is that I feel like the AI definitely increased their downforce for wet qualifying sessions. Of course, in the wet, higher downforce is always better, and you can get wet weather specific setups, so they probably just do that, to be honest. But still, I mean, it's a very large gap. Yeah. 6 tenths away from Logan Sargent, 4 tenths in Sector 1, 6 tenths in Sector 2, 4 tenths in Sector 3. It's really, really bad. But you know what I'm going to do is, let's be honest, on the full wets, I'm never going to get out of P20. So I'm going to put on a set of inters and go again, because I think the inters, no matter how wet it is, are faster. Now, if you remember, back in Imola, I had this exact same situation. I wanted to come out on the inters on my final run, and the game was like, no, you're going out on the full wets. I realised why, and it's because the game automatically tries to make you switch to the better tyre, so I made sure that I am on the inters. Let's see if they've actually got some performance in them. They definitely do, straight off the bat. Once again, I've just braked a bit too early going into turn 1. Really strong exit out of turn 2 though. Get right on the grass, nice exit, lovely stuff. Should be flat through here. And it is going to be 4 tenths up on the rest of the field, and they're not even coming out on inters, they're staying on the full wets. This is looking good. I'm going to make sure that I turn my hot lap off as I go through the exits, just so they're a little bit better. There you go, 1.7 seconds up, and I don't want to, like, you know, say anything too early, but you know, I'm 0.8 of a second up. To be fair, that is still only like, I don't even know, like P16. That isn't anything to gloat about at all, to be honest. Here we go into the final chicane, and don't get me wrong, it's a good lap. It's going to be a 19.4, and that is going to net me. Oh. Honestly, yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all, if I'm being completely honest. When I saw I improved by, I guess 2 seconds is quite a lot, huh? Was it one? Wait, no. Was it 2.2 seconds or 1.2? I don't even know. Pretty much, I could have got pole there very, very easily. I messed up nearly every other corner on that lap. And if the rest of the field were inters, like I said, inters are faster. They just are. I just proved it. If the rest of the field were on inters, I would be P20 right now. That lap was so god-awful. But it's still a P4. It's a reason to be happy. And we take that. Once again, in wet conditions, I have shithoused a result that I don't deserve to get. There you go. Holy... yes! Dry conditions for the Grand Prix. That is all I wanted in my life. Let's go! And it is time for the Canadian Grand Prix. And I just want to say before we start, if you could please like the video, because I'm asking you to. Actually, no, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, like the video. And also just want to quickly say, videos have been banging recently. I don't know why, but they're all, like, getting way more attention than ever before. So cheers for that. And without further ado, P4 Canadian Grand Prix points surely guaranteed already. Let's go. Now, I would expect to lose a few places on these opening laps just because I'm in such a slow car compared to everyone else around me, but you never know. And look at that Grand Prix start. Max Verstappen, who? Who does he think he is? A soon-to-be 4 times world champion is who he is, but what do you mean collision? How is that a collision? I don't know anyway. We go wheel-to-wheel Verstappen into turn 2, and I am throwaway. Also realised that isn't turn 2, that's turn 5? I don't even know, but fact of the matter is, whatever corner number it is, I've gained a place, and I'm up to the podium places, and yeah. How do I, like, get last in this career mode? Like, okay, here goes Verstappen. He should have the straight line speed to beat me. And he does, kind of. I don't know why I'm always in the podium places. I'm in these positions. I shouldn't be at all. I should be, like, you know, a point should be rare. Here I am, a genuine title contender. But we move. DRS is now enabled. And we'll go from there. Right, we're now on lap 4, and I'm actually sticking with the front pack somehow, and I'm quoting Fernando Alonso when I say this. This car is lovely to drive. My goodness, like I keep saying, this car doesn't feel like a back marker. It actually feels like a car that can compete at the top, just with the amount of grip it has, and, well, I don't crash in it at all. Like, the fact I'm not putting it in a wall every other lap should be a very, like, clear justification that this is a good car. The front 2 being Norris and one of the Mercedes, I'm going to guess Hamilton. Just, you know, it's the 50-50. They are scrapping. It's allowed me and Verstappen back into the picture. And my gap to the Ferrari behind of Leclerc is, you know, above a second. So everything at the moment is about as good as it could be. Lap times are improving. I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling faster. This is great. I'm having a great time. I mean, look at the exit. I almost spun. Don't worry about it. Fight for the lead. Norris versus... which Mercedes is it? We still don't know. And I am starting to lose pace a little bit, to be honest. Verstappen is quicker than me at this stage. But somehow... I'm extending that gap to Leclerc, so I'd say right now the situation is still stable, but maybe not for much longer. And I think it's my rear tyres as well, which they don't look awful, but For me, who hates oversteer and prefers an understeery car, I don't want my rear tyre deck being higher. That is a big problem. So at the moment, it seems that pretty much every single driver is setting identical lap times, because for the last 5 or so laps, my gap to Leclerc has stayed between 1.8 and 2 seconds, and the gap ahead has stayed exactly the same. And I can confirm that Lewis Hamilton is that Mercedes driver, so I managed to guess correctly. Now, we aren't stopping for another, 3 or 4 laps. If one of these top 3 have a little bit of a scrap, have a little bit of beef, I'm right there to, pick them off. As you can see as well, pretty much a full ERS tank. I have got a lot of tools in my arsenal that I can use here. Right, so it's almost time to box. We're going to be boxing on the next lap, but look at Leclerc and everyone behind. They are catching up very, very quickly for some reason, and I really don't like it. I feel this, impending doom, slowly arriving. Top 2, once again, just, I don't know, they're being really annoying because they're scrapping, but as you can see, they're not actually overtaking each other. So that means it just slows Verstappen and I down, and it is really, really cringe, and it's really annoying me. I'm almost tempted on, the next couple of corners to just completely T-bone Lewis Hamilton and just solve everyone's issues, because it's really, really frustrating. I'm driving a car that is slowly turning into a border collie on wheels. I've got a chocolate eclair behind me. I've got some Dutch bloke in front of me. Let's just get into this pit lane. So Verstappen is, of course, going to stay out because he's on those hard tyres. Hamilton and Lando Norris, I can't call him no-wins anymore, unfortunately. They're going to come in, and Leclerc and Alonso. So hopefully, if I can have a good stop, there you go. I come out back behind Hamilton and Norris, and I come out ahead of Leclerc. So, exactly where I was. Now, do I have any shape or form of... No. No, I do not. I do not have any form of clean air. That is just not a thing that I get, I guess. That's cool. Hello, Joe Guan Yu. I need to go past, so I'm going to go on the grass, on the new hards, round the outside. How about that? That was a nice move, and I need to try and cut through this field quick, because I'm going to be losing so much lap time. Why is Russell in 10th and a pit stop behind everyone? That's a bit of an issue for him. He's having an absolute stinker. Right, Russell, I know you've got you've got old tyres, so I'm just going to do that. Is that cool? I don't care if you say yes or no, I'm gone. Bye! DRS on Lando Norris, he's only 7 tenths up the road, so basically where he was before. Oscar Pastry comes into the pits. Perez and Verstappen, however, both stay out, so that's interesting. There goes... I don't even know who that was. Was that my teammate? I don't know. But anyway... We come back out, we should come out, well, we're obviously still a virtual P4 at the moment, but what we can do is that using the power of the undercut, we might be able to, all 3 of us, extend our gap to Verstappen. What's the target here? Right, and I think for the first time this race, someone behind me has DRS. It's Oscar Pastry, here he comes. I should have the straight line speed to just stay ahead. I should be able to defend pretty easily. What is crucial, though, is I need to stay within a second of Lando Norris, or else I might be in the mud. Still, neither of the Red Bull comes in. Norris looking for a move on Hamilton. They're still just bickering. Just send it already. Stop being such a baby. Ah. Oh, we have a yellow flag. Someone here. It's Oscar Pastry! Way! Bye! Oscar Pastry's engine blows up, and he is no longer competing in the Canadian Grand Prix du 2024. Unlucky, mate, but the game is the game. I was sort of hoping that it was one of the Red Bulls, or Norris or Hamilton, because I'd gain a free position off it, but you know what? It's one less competition. That's fine with me. Now it's just Leclerc and Alonso, and then there's a large gap back to Stroll. We're still within DRS of Norris, just barely, but, we are. And finally, one of the Red Bulls have stopped. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to assume it is Max Verstappen. Let's see. The survey says... Yes, it is Max Verstappen. He comes out on those medium tyres. Of course, he's going to be very, very quick, but I am ahead of him. Oh yes, look at that. And defending might not be too bad considering there's not really any overtaking spot. If I've got DRS with Norris, then I can defend very, very easily. There's Oscar Pastry's car. Tosser. Okay, anyway, let's focus up. I need to actually keep DRS on Norris or else I'm finished. Checo Perez is in, and there he goes, which means at the start of lap number 16, I am in the podium places and vibing in the podium places as well. Let's go. Here goes Norris down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Will we finally see an overtake? No. Why can't Lando do it? We may never know. Like, he can't overtake Hamilton for some odd reason. He's definitely got the speed for it, especially down them straights, and then I guess he just bottles out of it, I guess. But it is really annoying because it's not only slowing me down, but if he does fight and it goes a bit wrong, Verstappen, leave me alone, I'm trying to talk, then I could benefit off that and maybe get in an extra position. But no, we're going to bottle out of it because we're an absolute baby. Oh, what's happened here? What happened there? Lando Norris with the slowest exit I have ever seen. He drives into me because why not? Here he comes, late on the brakes. Let's go! Lando Norris, who? Who is he really? No one knows who he is or where he comes from. I don't know what happened there. But on the exit of that corner, he was just so slow. And I've managed to get the place. Could we be on for a Haas to Glory win in just like the 6th episode? I got to hope not. I just realised I said got to hope. Yeah, that's totally what I meant. Anyway, alright, let's see what kind of straight line speed we're dealing with here. I'm going to go to about there on the ERS, and oh, I'm reeling him in. Hamilton! I wouldn't feel totally safe in that Mercedes of yours, because look who's here! It's none other than Oliver Behrman round the outside, because I've got ginormous balls! Oh! No way that has just happened. Oliver Behrman has just overtaken 4-time world champion Lewis Hamilton and has taken P1. I don't know why I said 4, but here he comes. He wants revenge. He's angry about that manoeuvre. He wasn't expecting Ollie Behrman to perform such class manoeuvres on him. And yeah, he's hungry. And I ate that. And to be honest, I don't really have the DRS to defend from it at all. So, that's really, really annoying. And because this track is quite mid, he now gets DRS on the next straight as well to pull away. Because the detection point for both of those DRS zones is the same one. Cringe, awful game, L, plus, I don't know, kangaroo. Alright, 3 laps remaining in this extremely exciting Canadian Grand Prix, and Hamilton's really slow. I'm not gonna lie, I am not just sticking with him, but I am faster. I just need a bit more ERS, and I reckon I probably have enough about now to actually go for the move. And then, the reason I need so much is so I can actually make it stick. Because you saw I overtook Hamilton into turn 1, and then down the back straight, he goes back past me because he has DRS, ERS, and I've got nothing. But don't count Lando Norris out of this yet, because he has one quick car down them straights, and it's very, very dangerous. But luckily for him, or actually no, luckily for me, his exits stink, and I can sort of pull away a little bit. The car is near impossible to drive at this stage. The oversteer is absolutely mental. And we now come round the final chicane to start the final lap of this race. And I don't know, do I go for it now? I suppose I could. On Lewis Hamilton, the 2-time, once again. Hamilton, I'm sorry lad, we can't be getting done by that twice. Round the outside, off turn 1, back into P1, Ollie Bearman, that's what he does. Now, defending is going to be tricky, but look how much overtake that I have managed to save up. Nearly a full tank on display. And this car is so horrific to drive right now. I feel like, I'm scared of it. Like, genuinely, I'm scared of driving this car. Any moment, any second, any millisecond, in fact, it can just throw you off and you're in a wall and you're dead. It's really bad. Out the hairpin, my exits actually, I was pretty good until I had 5th gear oversteer. Why is that even a thing? I have no idea. Overtake gets turned on, and I just gotta hope that I have enough. And is this really happening? In my 6th episode of Haas to Glory, Oliver Bearman, Fat Crim, wins the Canadian Grand Prix trophy. That's nice. I'm speechless. And look at the Haas team. They're gassed. They're excited, as they should be. You know, winning a race, finally. I mean, they haven't even got a podium in real life yet, have they? I mean, it's a bit nuts, really. The fact that this is a road to glory. The whole point of a road to glory, you know, you start off crap, you start off mid, and then you slowly build up your way to the top. And yet, in 6 races, I've got, well, now it's 6 races, 5 podiums, and 4 second places and a win. And there goes Ollie Bearman hoisting the trophy. And honestly, this could be a end it on a high moment, because this could genuinely be the final episode of this series, and I'll explain why in just a second. So there's your final finishing order. Oliver Bearman, aka me, Fat Crim, goes from P4 on the grid to P1, overtook Verstappen off the line, got the undercut on him as well to get back past, up into P3. Done Norris. I forgot how I got past Norris, to be honest. Oh yeah, he was really slow on the exit of a hairpin, got past him. Hamilton was really slow, I was really quick. We take a look at the lap times, and I was actually quite consistent at some point. I mean, it's not great, ain't awful, but it ain't fantastic. Excuse me. We're putting in, like, you know, mid to late 11s. Hamilton, pretty much exactly the same, to be honest, so yeah, that was a great race, but you know what? This genuinely could be the final ever episode of this series. I might make a poll. It's going to be 3 more days until I need to upload an episode of this again, so I'll make a poll on my community tab on my YouTube page, and I'll just ask if you want me to continue, because the way I see it, I might as well just turn this into a driver career mode rather than a road to glory, because of this exactly. I mean, look, after, what, 5-6 races, I am on 80 points, 26 points off the leader Max Verstappen. Constructors, we're 5th, 8 points off Ferrari. Like, it's just... And the thing is, this isn't like... There's nothing I can do about it other than, like, intentionally give myself bad setups so I can't drive. That's all I can do, because I am playing every single race that you've seen is on 110 difficulty. And yet I'm getting second. I got what? 12th, second, 12th, second, first, I think. I have no idea. But that's going to be all from me today. The commentary was also dog milk. I ain't going to lie. I apologise for that. I'm tired. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, have a cup of tea and some crumpets. And I will see you lot later. Peace.